Hey there everybody, Reed here, conductor at Orchestra Farm. Today I want to chat with you about feedback. When we are planting different things, we need to listen to the feedback of the plant, of the earth. Here's my pathway. There's some water moving right across it right now. We've had an excessive amount of rain. Maybe it's not excessive, it's just a lot. And this particular lovely space tends to flood. I'm working on it to make it so it doesn't flood. And as you can see, it's still happening. Here's this pocket pond, and it's growing a lot of algae. You can kind of tell that the water is a bit stagnant over here. And stagnant water does create more algae. Another thing is that I'm in this little valley that's here. And as such, the wind rips through. Oh, look at this greenhouse. This greenhouse got torn apart. The ladder's in here because part of the siding was hanging over the center ridgepole. But I had to run off to get my littlest, who was waking up, so it wasn't time to put the ladder back. So my question to myself is, okay, I need to create a more wind-resistant greenhouse. That's fine. It's listening to feedback. When we're living with other people or in community with others, it's a good thing to listen to feedback. Most of us are probably not fully perfect, right? And so if we still want to grow as we age, then it's actually a good thing to be able to listen to feedback and not just take anyone's word for anything. But, with that feedback can come some extra self-reflection, and it's not always easy just to see ourselves in a mirror, as it were. I see a lot of goose prints here in the marine clay. That's exciting. Got some Canadian geese that keep showing up here. And this pond is going to need some kind of aeration system in it, or something to keep the water moving. Feedback. It's somewhat spring-like here right now. At the same time, the nights are definitely getting cool. And so, if you're out there and you're wanting to put seeds in the ground, maybe you can just straight up do that. But maybe it's also a good idea to do them in a little greenhouse. I'm pretty happy with the buds coming off of this little, I think it's a poplar, but it might be an aspen. I got a bunch of things happening around this other little pocket pond, which is starting to look a bit gross. I'm also curious this year to see if this pond actually maintains its water levels or if they just totally drop out. A couple figs in the ground here. And I recall while playing music, the lesson that was most often expressed every day was listen. And listening is key to feedback. Our environment is giving us feedback all the time. Those little willows are starting to put out some shoots. That's nice. And our ability to listen, our ability to stop our own mental thought of instead of just needing to respond immediately to whatever someone else is saying, to take an extra few breaths and actually really try to hear what's being said, to really listen to the world around us, whether it's a people or a plant. Here's my little walnut tree. Hopefully that'll get a couple more inches this year. Same with this one. It looks like it's doing kind of okay. And the raspberries I put in are starting to leaf out, which feels great. How do you receive feedback? Do you need an appreciation sandwich? Like someone to baby you a little bit so that way you don't get all butt hurt about something? Or can people just be really direct and straight up with you? All these things, they matter in the long run. Ooh, nice flowers coming up. I'm excited. Elderberries coming to life. That's exciting. I planted a few of those that I had stuck in the ground in our nursery space earlier today. Or is feedback hard to take? You know, sometimes being a perfectionist means like it's hard to receive any kind of feedback because we just want it to be perfect. So the only feedback is, you did great. Well, you know, I'm looking at the greenhouse here and I'm like, nature's kind of slapping me in the face and being like, yeah, you think you did okay, but really, you could have done better. Getting some more greens for my chickens here. They're at home. And I think that if we're going to make it in this next century, our ability to receive feedback and grow with that is going to be of preeminent importance. What do you think about that? Do you think receiving feedback is important? Or would you rather just go on a life without hearing anything about it? Let me know in the comments. And tell me how you like to receive feedback. I'm sure there's other ways besides the few that I mentioned. These bulbs are starting to come back up. That's exciting. My wife will be happy to see them. Anyway, from Orchestra Farm and our tiny little garlic patch, I hope you all have a great day. And remember, have too much fun.